S3, it's Miss Manning here. I hope you're all doing okay. So what I wanted to do is actually provide you with the answers for the Introduction to Morality quiz that I gave you. Many of you have handed this in and you've done a really good job. Well done. This video is especially for those of you who are still to hand it in. So there's some of you who I know are still working on it, and then there's some of you that have not started it yet. So it's you guys that I am talking to specifically here. Okay, so question number 1, what type of skill is the 8-marker question assessing? The answer is evaluation, okay? In RMPS, we have 3 different skills: understanding, analysis, and evaluation. Understanding is simple, straightforward KU, like what you know, just answering a question, giving your information. Analysis is when you're talking about the impact that something has. Okay, so for example, believing in the religion Christianity impacts people's lives. They might go to church. An evaluation question is a question that is asking you to make a judgment, to give an opinion, to weigh something up. Okay, so it's the evaluation skills that we're looking at here. The next 3 questions were from the Introduction to RMPS. The first one is, what is religion? Notice that this question is worth 2 marks. So what I'm looking for here is for you to write 2 developed things. So 2 sentences. And also note that there is no right or wrong answer. So for example, you could say, religion is when people believe in certain things, like whether or not there is a God. An example of some religions are Christianity, Buddhism, and Islam. That would be enough for 2 marks. Okay. Question 3, what is philosophy? Again, similar. There is no right or wrong answer. So you could say something like, philosophy is the study of how humans come to answers to big questions. An example of a big question is whether or not God exists. What's the beginning of life? Or what happens when we die? And then your 4th question is, what is morality? This, you can write anything here. For example, morality is the difference between right or wrong. Some people think that some issues are right. Other people think that these issues are wrong. And then you can give an example. For example, abortion, euthanasia, capital punishment is a good one. We did that one in S2. Then your next question is, which of these are moral issues? It's all of the above. Now we have the next questions, and these are the 8 markers. And the skill here is evaluation. These questions are asking you to make an opinion, make a judgment. Okay, so these are the questions. 6, the death penalty is wrong. To what extent do you agree? Should abortion be legal? Is same-sex adoption morally justified? To what extent should weapons of mass destruction be allowed? And make organ donation opt out. To what extent do you agree? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the answers for these questions for you so that you completely know what you're doing, and then you can go into your assignment and you can be confident that you're writing the right answers. So, okay, so where you can find this information as a file is on the Teams posts, okay? So you can just click onto here, and it also is up in files as well. So you can just click onto here and scroll through. So the first page is just giving us a recap on what we've done so far in S3. Then it's explaining that the evaluation question is a question that's asking you to think about different viewpoints and to make a judgment or say your opinion. So for the 8 markers, The best way to do it is to create a table when you get the question. So the first question is, the death penalty is morally wrong. To what extent do you agree? And then here's a table, all the reasons to agree, and then all the reasons to disagree. And here we have one of the tables. So, reasons to agree that yes, the death penalty is wrong. Firstly, an innocent person might get killed. Number 2, the law says it's wrong to kill, and then the law kills. This increases violence and murder in society. Number 3, it's better to stop the cause of crime itself, for example, poverty. Number 4, all life is sacred, God's life to take, not the government's. This can be a Christian viewpoint. Number 5, the human right to life should not be taken away from someone, even if they have taken it away from somebody else. Number 6, it is cruel and inhumane. And number 7, it's better to change people so that they can contribute to society. And a good word here to use is the word reform. Reform means change. And then on the next column, after you've got all your agree, you've got all your disagree. So you're saying you disagree, you think that the death penalty is wrong. Firstly, retribution, criminals should be punished so that they pay for what they have done. And then the argument for deterrence, it puts criminals off committing crimes. Capital punishment prevents criminals from reoffending because the criminal is dead. They cannot actually commit the murder because they're dead. And then finally, it protects society because it removes the threat. It removes the murderer. So that's all your reasons to agree and reasons to disagree. And then you write it up. So this is the bit for you to complete in your assignment. And here the first one has already been done for you. Okay, so you can take notes and then you can go in and write it up. And this model answer is actually 9 out of 8. Okay, it's more than full marks. And where you see the ticks, that's where a mark is. And also notice the structure of how the question is answered. There's 2 separate paragraphs. And at the start, we are saying, firstly, I think the death penalty is wrong because. Notice that that is wording the question. The question is, the death penalty is wrong. To what extent do you agree? And we're mirroring the question. We're using the wording of the question in the answer. Firstly, I think the death penalty is wrong because an innocent person could get killed. First mark. This happened to Derek Bentley, who was killed for the murder of PC Miles that he did not do. Second mark. Notice that this is an example. You do get a mark for a developed example. So that's 2 marks so far. Secondly, the law says that it's wrong to kill, and then the law kills. This increases violence in society. Mark there. Thirdly, it is better to stop the cause of crime instead, for example, poverty. Next mark, it is better to change, using the word reform here again, the criminal so that they can then contribute to society. And lastly, all life is sacred and it is for God to take, not the government. Mark there. Then we miss a line because that's really clear for the reader. On the other hand, notice that sentence starter here. I think the death penalty is right. And notice that you're wording the question again. It gives the victims a sense of justice, knowing that the perpetrator has been